I just pulled the trigger on a very expensive mountain bike, brand new. They go for about $10,000 to $11,000. I got quite a deal on this one. I found it on Facebook Marketplace. It's a 2019 Specialized S-Works Epic Evo. I know that's a mouthful. It's an awesome mountain bike. I can't wait to show it to you, and I'll explain why I bought this bike over some other options. It only weighs 23.7 pounds, which for mountain bikes is pretty light, and I'm really excited about this bike. I'll tell you the exact price I paid at the end. Let me know, do you think it was worth it? 2019 Specialized S-Works Epic Evo. So you'll notice a few things right away. We've got the Kashima coating on both the seat post as well as the fork. It is a carbon fiber frame. It's the Fact carbon that Specialized likes to use. I believe it's about 11 to 12 millimeters thick, and no pedals on yet. It weighs roughly 23.7 pounds without pedals. The whole drivetrain is pretty much XTR, from the derailleur to the chain to you name it. It is a 12-speed instead of 9-speed like you see most often nowadays, but I could live with, you know, an extra 3 speeds for the rear cassette. Not a problem. It does have some dust, does have some wear. Overall though, it's holding up in really good condition and shape. I'm super pumped to take it out and take it for a spin. Even the rims, they're the Roval carbon fiber rims, tubeless tires, Fox factory fork with the, it's a 34, size 34. So it's got 120 millimeters of travel. And then kind of up in the cockpit area, you do have the speed release, the quick dropper post on the left there, XTR brakes front and back. Specialized also, they customized a lot of parts for this. They did customize the handlebar as well. They made this out of carbon fiber. It does have a sweep. I think it's around 6 to 8 millimeter sweep back. And moving over here, so this is what's the most unique about this bike. You have this brain fade kind of spike valve technology that Specialized likes to use. It's a bit dated now for this 2019 model. A lot of it was proprietary at the time. Essentially, what's interesting though is you can't easily upgrade this rear shock. So normally you would have on most bikes another bolt or eyelet right here, so you can swap out the the rear suspension, but it's integrated all the way back to like the seat tube. So it's integrated here, so you'd have to get like a yokel mount to convert it if you ever wanted to switch out this shock. The other interesting thing, so it's got 100 millimeters of travel. The other interesting thing is there's a cable with fluid. It's hard to see here, but it goes from that rear shock to your brain right here. And so they put it by the rear wheel to be the most sensitive, but this is where your spike, your fluid is that really controls the dampening level of your rear shock. So it's supposed to harden up a little bit over smoother terrain and less steep terrain, and then it's supposed to soften up over a more downhill, rougher terrain with the use of this back kind of brain that they have integrated and connected. Everything's pretty high speed, you know, top of the line. With this saddle, it's got a really interesting feature where it does have that gap in the middle, but then you also have a screw right here without a whole ton of clearance, and the screw is sticking straight up. Not my favorite design, something I think I can live with, but it makes me a little nervous. So I chose this bike primarily because the weight, the speed, the reputation of Specialized. I've been a long-term Specialized guy. I got a Specialized stump jumper back in 2007 hardtail, and they're just great bikes. They ride really well. This had a little bit more of a forward type geometry the Epics do, which I was looking for. But since it's the Evo model within the S-Works Epic line, it's not overly aggressive for your seat angle and your forward geometry. And then they also have 120 millimeters on the fork, so it allows for a bit more aggressive riding compared to some of the standard Epics. And I have several races coming up this year. I won't have any sort of excuse now if I lose, because this bike is fantastic. But I really didn't want a bike that was holding me back. I wanted a bike that was fast, that was light, that could climb, but still handle a lot of corners and turns. Currently, these wheels are 2.3 29ers, 2.3 width, front and back, which is a little bit wider than I would typically run on a race bike. So let me know your thoughts. Should I swap these out? We'll kind of see what the race is going to do in a couple weeks, if it's going to be muddy or not. But all in all, the last thing I want to mention is I paid $2,100 for this bike. So I know you were wondering, it retails for $10,000 to $11,000 new. I paid $2,100. Do you think it was worth it? Or do you think I overpaid, underpaid, got a deal? Let me know in the comments. Would love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for checking out my new Specialized mountain bike with me. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more content like this, as well as races coming up and all sorts of other outdoor adventures that are in the works. All right, until next time.